Welcome to my office again, my mobile office. I saw a friend just now post on Facebook that she got a rider. So a rider program is a retained jurisdiction, so it means that you've ever found guilty of a felony offense, and rather than sending you to prison, they take you into custody for an extended period of time. And the idea behind it is rehabilitation rather than confining you indefinitely behind bars to keep society safe. So anyways, through my life, I've spent quite a bit of time behind bars, on riders, in classes. And in the state of Idaho, they have something called cognitive self-change. And I'm quite familiar with it because of all the times I've taken the classes and things like that. When I first started taking the classes, it was just kind of dumb and take the classes, and but then you start to understand it. But even though you understand it without knowing God, it still didn't make sense. And a good friend of mine, Carrie LaFramboise, helped write the Idaho CSC course. But obviously, in order for the Idaho Department of Corrections to use it, they had to not include Christ in it. So basically it says that our beliefs make up our thoughts, and our thoughts generate our actions, which is absolutely true if you think about it. Unbelief is the root of disobedience, and belief is the root of obedience. You'd be amazed how many people you say, okay, well, what was your action? Well, I punched this guy in the face. Okay, well, why did you do that? Well, I don't know, because I was mad. And you'd be amazed at how shallow people, and even mine was, how shallow our perception of why we do things is. And after you continue to grow and go through self-examination, you can start to get a little bit deeper. So then you're able to start to evaluate, okay, well, this action, I had all of these thoughts that led to this action. And then the further discernment says, okay, well, those thoughts stem from what belief? And the one belief that always comes up the most is the belief people say, well, I do what I want. And man, so true. But the real meaning behind those words is, I am God and I'll decide. And people won't openly say that, but that's exactly what is happening. Say, well, I'm God and I'll decide what's right and wrong. And so based on that, we can justify whatever we want. And so then we say, okay, well, I'm God, I'll decide, and for whatever reason, I think that this is okay. I'm justified to punch this dude in the face because he XYZ. And the only way, and I love this because the Holy Spirit's the Spirit of truth. So the only way to really get genuine change is we quit being God. We say, okay, I'm not God. God's God. He decides what's right and wrong, and I want to do what He wants. And so again, the result of belief, which there's that belief, right? The core belief is belief in God. The result of that is obedience. And so then we start to be obedient to the Lord, and Jesus says, hey, do this. We say, yes, Lord. He says, do this. We say, yes. We read something in the Bible. We say, oh, amen. And we quit fighting against God. And then God says, hey, obey the laws of the land. And so we do. That's the only way to get true change. Anything other than that, you can try to change your beliefs all you want. If you continue to believe that you are God and you will decide what's right and wrong, then no matter what, you'll always be able to justify whatever you want. The point of this video is for my friend who is going on her rider, or for anybody that wants to change. If you truly want to change your life, there's one paramount paradigm shift that must take place. And that is where you cease to believe the lie that you are God, that you can decide what's right and wrong, and you turn to the truth that God is God and only He can decide what's right and wrong, and then you cling to that in obedience.